All right, this lighting is pretty terrible, but this is going to be Vlogmas day 1. It's currently November 30th, Thursday, November 30th, and I decided that I want to do Vlogmas. So I'm just gonna get ready and I will sit down and come back and talk. All right, I'm back. As I said, this is Vlogmas day 1. Honestly, I have no clue how I'm gonna do this. This is an extremely ambitious endeavor. I'm actually going to Vegas tomorrow. I will be there the entire weekend, so I have no clue how I'm going to film and upload and edit. I'm gonna try to do very minimal editing, if at all. So we'll see. And then next week? Is it next week? Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then next week I'm going to Florida. So, and I'll be there for 5 days. So this is, again, very ambitious, but I want to challenge myself and just figure out how to make it work. So I'm going to do that. This week has been kind of crazy. Monday morning when I went to take my son to school, my car wouldn't start. And luckily my car is still under warranty, so took it to Volkswagen on Tuesday and I got it back the same day and it's been fine. Then yesterday, I ended up having to kick my own door down. It's a long story. I'm going to spare the details, but it does involve my 4-year-old. He was wilding. So anyway, in today's vlog, I wanted to talk about my 2024 goals. And I'm not gonna get into the weeds of like how I want to achieve them, like the steps that I'm gonna take to accomplish the goals or anything like that, or the timeline, but I just kind of want to lay it out and just discuss what my plans are for the next year. I'm extremely excited. I'm super excited. I'm really looking forward to the new year. I feel like last year at the end of the year, it was kind of like just, I don't know, I was very like in a different mindset and a different like headspace. Again, because I had just moved and there was just so much happening at once. I felt like I didn't even have time to like think about like the holidays or the new year, anything. So I feel like this year I'm a lot just like happier and like lighter and more like in the holiday spirit and stuff. So that's great. But I have my goals in my phone, 2024 goals. And yeah, let's just go down the list. So I actually have it in a few categories. I might be missing some things here and there because I did this yesterday morning, like right after I woke up. It was just like fresh on my mind. So starting with finances. So my first financial goal is to have a yearly financial plan. So what I mean by this is to just have a more high level, like go into the year knowing what my goals are, knowing what my intentions are when it comes to money and finances. So for me, that kind of looks like just knowing how much I'm gonna make, or at least having a good estimate of how much I'm gonna make, how much I'm gonna save, and how much I'm going to invest. I also want to do better next year with monthly budgeting. This year was the first year that I did a true physical budget. And I really only did it for like 1 month, seriously. So I really want to be more intentional about that next year. I also want to do net worth tracking. So at the end of this year, in a few weeks, I will note, I guess, what my current net worth is. And I think with my monthly budgeting, I'll track my net worth through the months, which I know, especially when you have a lot of money invested, tracking your net worth from month to month can be kind of like, I wouldn't say unproductive, but it's just, the data is has a lot of different variables because the market can be so volatile. And I know like a lot of people are saying next year is when like the markets are supposed to get really bad and stuff, but you know, we'll see. Another thing that I want to do, and this is kind of all like related to my first one of having a yearly financial plan, having a better financial plan. But the last thing that I have in under finances is having savings buckets. So right now I have like kind of like a couple $1,000 cushion in my checking account, but then my high yield savings account is where I have like basically all of my cash, which is like basically my emergency fund. So next year I want to start putting money away for like travel, gifts, any other like expenses that come up. So definitely like the big ones are just going to be like travel and Christmas, I would say. There's already 2 trips that I know that I want to take next year. So I just want to kind of like estimate and budget what that's going to look like in terms of price, and then just, you know, slowly start putting that away. I wish I did better about that this year. I took 2 out-of-state trips this year. Wait, 2? I feel like I'm missing one. No, total it's going to be 3 out-of-state trips. And I wish that earlier in the year I did better to financially plan. Granted, I'm going to be fine. It's just that I feel like it would have been a lot less stressful to know that I'd been saving for the entire year for it, if that makes sense. But that's why we have goals, so that we can improve on things as time passes. So my next category is friends and community. So next year, I really want to invest in new hobbies. I know that this is not like explicitly friendships, but when you involve yourself in different hobbies where you can meet people, it's obviously easier to make connections and just find friends. So I'm really looking forward to that. In a follow-up video, I will talk more about the things that I am looking into doing next year for hobbies. And one of them is the one that I'm like most not excited for, but the one that I have the most like momentum toward doing is some cooking classes. So I'm really excited about that. The next thing is just to be more intentional about the way that I'm fostering my existing connections and creating new connections. I feel like I need to do better about, I had a conversation with actually the girl that did my hair last month or the beginning of this month, and she really helped me change my perspective on the way that I've just been kind of like approaching my relationship. So I just want to be more cognizant of that going into the new year and just be thinking about it more and make it more of a, just make sure I'm more aware of it basically. So the next category is food. I want to be better about making my cravings at home and trying to eat out less. I felt like this year, the beginning of this year, I gained a lot of weight starting at the end of last year, and actually over the past like 2 or 3 months, basically since August, the end of August, I would say, so maybe like end of August, beginning of September, I lost like between like 7 and 10 pounds, just being more aware of like my portion sizes and things like that, and just like the food choices that I'm making. And I just want to dive into that a little bit more and make sure I'm not, I mean, one, it comes down to finances as well. You know, I don't want to be wasting money on food, because like nothing is more annoying and irritating and like heartbreaking than spending your money on food and then the food sucks. And I feel like that happened a few too many times this year. So I really want to make sure I'm doing my best to, you know, when I want something, either just having the willpower to tell myself no, or being able to make that stuff at home, which I feel like I am pretty good about now, but I want to do even better. The next thing is I want to post more of the food that I make at home. So I have actually a food page that I started back in like 2020 or 2021, and it's completely abandoned. There's probably a good like 20 posts on there. Like I was pretty consistent for a while, but I just kind of fizzled out, and I didn't stop cooking. I still cook like several times a week. I just stopped posting, and I still take pictures and like videos of the food that I make. So it really take nothing but for me to sit down, find an app where I can like schedule my posts, and yeah, just have the post roll out and start putting that out there again. So that's something that I really want to do. The next category is fitness. So I want to have a more consistent fitness routine. I have like a lot of ailments and aches and pains from working at a desk, and so I really want to take that more seriously as far as like being more active and making sure that I am moving my body so that I'm not sacrificing my mobility and my strength and even like the aesthetic of my body, because I'm like in this seated, hunched over position all day. I'm over it. So I need a more consistent fitness routine. Last year I had a really great routine of like yoga and just working out in general. So I want to make sure I can come up with a good routine that is that I can be consistent with, basically. Next is parenting. So I'm a parent, I have a 4-year-old, and I want to pour more into my parenting, which I also find that when I am generally focusing on self-development, self-improvement, it inevitably spills over into my parenting, and I am a better parent because of that. But I just want to be more intentional about reading parenting books, seeking out different resources so that I can make sure I am the best parent that I can be. Last thing is self-development. So I want to get back to trading. I'll make a whole video about that, and I want to read 12 books, so 1 book a month basically. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So this has been Vlogmas Day 1. I'm glad. I don't think I'll need to do much editing, but thanks for watching.